Good morning, welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 12th of September. Now, I am here with my doggos. I've got Spocket asleep just here. Say hi to everybody, Spocket. He's tired out. He's just eaten a bone. So he's got the very tired, sleepy eyes. And of course, we've got Sophie crashed over here. They're my two rescue dogs if you're new here. So hopefully they're not going to interrupt the video today. They're a bit exhausted. If you are new, please consider subscribing. Hit those like buttons, guys, and please feel free to comment down below. We chat to each other here on my channel because we all come from different parts of the globe and we let each other know what we're currently all experiencing, which is really nice to get a bit of confirmation. Look, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. Take from them what you choose. Cheers, everybody. I've got my cup of tea. Sometimes you just need a cup of tea. Firstly, a little bit of admin before we get started, guys. Last night here on TV, on A Current Affair, I often tell you there's a show called The Current Affair here. It shares a lot of the BS garbage and nonsense that's currently going on in Australia. Well, at the moment, we've got this mob called the Tyre Extinguishers. And I'm sure you guys have probably heard of them because they actually are activists that started in the UK and they've spread globally now. And they're attacking cars, SUVs. And this has been happening in Melbourne. Everything happens in Melbourne, the most locked down city in the world other than China, in the suburb of Toorak. Up to 30 cars a night are having their tyres let down and slashed. I don't know if they're slashing or letting them down, one of the two. They're undrivable anyway. And they're doing up to 30 cars a night. And this is happening globally, guys, because these are the big climate activists. Because they said, they interviewed a couple of them and they said, why are you doing this? It's quite dangerous to do that in case people have an emergency and need their cars. And they said, well, we're in a climate crisis, so something has to be done. So we're going to continue to attack these, they call them killer cars, meaning the ones that emit very bad emissions. How do they know? They're just being told that from the government. How come they're not letting down the tyres on the private jet planes and everything that everyone's travelling around in, all these global leaders? That's what I'd like to know, because I bet they're emitting a few more emissions than the little SUV cars. Makes no sense. So I think we're going to be hearing more about the tyre extinguishers. There's a name. There's a name. It's interesting, isn't it? Probably all working for the government, like the paid actors that do the climate change protests. That's what we feel here on this channel anyway. And also on Current Affair. Oh my God, same show. Honestly, it's just same crap, different day, isn't it? That I was telling you about how they were going to interview these young kids between 6 and 12 who are suffering really horrific anxiety. And they're saying that it's gone up by 45% in the last 2 years. Gee, I wonder why that is. That the kids are starting to worry about their future. See, it's not just us guys. And that CV caused them to lose that real social side of their life. And that's what happened. They're blaming a lot to do with the lockdowns and how it took them away from their peers. Nothing was mentioned though about all the fear, BS and garbage that was like fed to them on the mainstream media about, you know, you're going to drop dead if you get the CV virus. No, oh no, nothing about that. That wouldn't have caused their anxiety at all. It's just insane, isn't it? So apparently depression, anxiety is on the rise in the children. No surprises there for any of us, of course. All was predictable, wasn't it, guys? Oh, and the new thing here in Australia too is Elbow. Oh yes, he'll be back soon from his G20 summit, mixing with, oh, I'm tired even thinking about it, mixing with all the VIPs. Well, he's considering now bringing the inheritance tax in Australia. We don't have that at the moment, apparently. So that's the next thing. So whatever you've earned and want to leave your legacy for your children, oh, they're going to get taxed. And I bet that's going to be a nice, large, chunky sum for the government to make more money. How's this scam? It's just dodgy, honestly. And now, also, just before I finish the admin, Qantas, they've been talking about Qantas's connection with Elbow and how the government seems to be in cahoots with Qantas you know, Alan Joyce, the one I keep telling you about, the CEO that got all these millions of dollars to resign. Well, he's just left and a new woman's come in to take over his position. But they're getting, yes, a global consulting firm is coming to help with that transition. Now, why you would need a global consulting firm to bring in a new CEO, I don't get it. I don't get it. The fact that there's global consulting of any sort really sent alarm bells in me personally around the airlines. So we don't know what's going on there. It's all very strange. So that's what's happening in Australia. More crap being fed to the people. All right, let's get into the reading. Let's get started and see what comes up. Oh, I'm getting that they're pushing the herd immunity again. We knew that was always going to come. You guys did the most wonderful job and you got the herd immunity right up. Like, thank goodness you people did all the right things. Again, they're going to start feeding their egos, feeding their, I don't even know what you call it, just feeding them constant BS of how it's so tiring, guys. To watch these cycles just repeat. So they're going to just keep feeding them the BS of what a wonderful job they did in getting that herd immunity up. And now they've got to all work together. This would be around the virus as well, at getting this virus under control. It's apparently out of control. Is it in the UK and Europe and all these places? You've got to work together again. But not only that, we've got to work together to make this climate better. It's too unsafe. They're going to talk about flooding, fires, blah, blah, blah. We know how it all goes. More garbage. Oh, it's so tiring. People are exhausted, guys. It's not just us. I know we're exhausted. People in general, people waking up, people out of their bubble denial suits, they're exhausted because they don't understand what's happening. So they're going to still keep feeding their egos and talk about the herd immunity and how wonderful it was that they all complied and did all the right things. And if we all band together again, we can do it again around climate change and improve our very, very unsafe world that we're currently living in, always just having to wait for some catastrophic weather, we'd call it weather manipulation, but, you know, weather catastrophe to happen. It's just lies. It's so tiring, guys. Just the amount of lies. They just keep bringing it on, bringing it on, bringing it on. It's that wave after wave after wave after wave. It's just getting exhausting. All right, let's keep going. Waves of lies. Waves of lies. I'm getting England's backpedaling out of the water. I feel like the waves that are coming at people, this is the people waking up, probably not you if you're watching my channel, they're dipping their toe into the water. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So if they dip their toe in the water and feel the temperature, they might get a handle on what's kind of going on, but then they're running back to shore for safety. I'm getting, this is the people waking up and the sleepwalkers. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. This is with the government narrative that keeps coming towards them. They're kind of half falling for it, but then they're not. They're running back to shore to protect themselves. So there's this dipping the toe in the water and getting a feel for what's going on. I'm just getting that for the people waking up, not you guys watching my channel, because we know exactly what's going on. They're trying to force mass control of the people and become dictatorships. We know that globally. So I'm getting that now that these people waking up are wanting to dip their toe in and try and figure all this out, like get a feel for what's actually happening. All right, hang on. God, I'm getting Canada is rising. Oh, the fingers crossed. You got to remember, guys, when that Ottawa protest took place, how many people stood up along the sides of the streets, cheered the truckers, yay, got on the bridges, beep, 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 beep. You know, all this stuff had the flags, fight for Canada's freedom. There was a crap load of people fighting for Canada's freedom back then. And I feel it's going to start and take off again. Because remember, these people haven't gone away. Oh, my What is happening, guys? The energy today is overwhelming. But these people are wanting to come together again. See, they got frightened when he shut down bank accounts and did all this stuff. People really retreated. But I feel like now that people are starting to wake up, they're doing their crime investigation boards and they're realizing their life is being taken from them. So what have they got to lose, especially with cost of living? They might as well stand up and fight. So I feel like people are becoming fighters again. Not us. We're already fighters, you guys watching my channel. This is the people who are starting to see the truth, the real picture, what Trudeau's doing to their country. I feel like people are pulling out the flags again in Canada. I do. I feel like people want to protest, people want to march, people want to stand up and fight their government. I am just getting that for Canada. But they don't want it to be like the trucker movement. They want it different. They want it to be just the people uniting. Like a united front is what I'm getting in Canada. Oh, fingers. Because people in Canada are wrecked. It's showing me they've got no energy. Nothing, zero, nothing left. It's like melted snow. They're showing me like people feel like, you know, say you make a snowman, for example. You can actually get those little toy snowmans that you make, and over like an hour or two, they sort of melt back down and you end up with just a carrot and a hat. And I don't know if you guys have seen them, but you can do this. You could take the image with snow, make a snowman, and then after a couple of sunny days, he just like melts away. That's how the people feel in Canada. Like they've got no body, they've got no soul. They're just this lifeless melted snowman. I'm just getting that image for Canadians. They just feel flat. They're feeling very flat, and they know now they've got to kind of fight back. It's just a knowing that they have. It's those senses waking up. It's a knowing. If we don't fight now, we could lose our lives forever, our freedom forever. Don't worry, they're starting to see it now, guys. They really, really are. They're starting to see it. All right. It's good. It's so good. They feel flat. They just feel flat and limp and lifeless. When you think about it, there's nothing to really look forward to, is there? Oh, what is there to look forward to? They've probably shut down a lot of festivals, fun activities. You know, we know Trudeau would be the fun police. His only thing of fun would be that dressing up and the whole transgender drag queen thing. It's weird. He is weird. Anyway, we keep getting that. All right, let's see what else we're getting. Hope the snoring's not too loud. Our sprocket is so loud. Sophie's snoring too. All right. Getting Belgium, Munich, France. Hang on. Oh, I'm getting cameras up. Cameras up. Cameras up. They're trying to put their cameras up. We'd have the ULEZ kind of thing going on over there. I just feel like they're starting to visibly get in people's faces now, and that's really starting to rise the people up inside. They're getting frustrated by this now because they're starting to see where it's all heading. We know where it's all heading. And the road to nowhere and the road to dictatorship, that's where it's all heading. So I feel like there's movement, and the camera tracing systems are starting to go in these places as well. All right. Oh, wow. The energy is really heavy and tired. Are you guys feeling it? Let me know if you are. Oh, I'm getting this really tired, drained, tired energy today. I reckon it's that helplessness of people. They just sort of don't know what they want to fight back, but they don't know how to go about doing it. They don't have that drive. See, we all have that drive. If someone said you've got to go march today, we would get up, get our flags, and we'd be there. Well, these people are struggling with that. It's like they've got resistance to it. So it's making them tired to fight back. And I guess that comes back to thinking you can win. If you don't think you're going to be able to win it, you're going to struggle to fight it. That's just what I'm getting. Oh my gosh, tired energy. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm getting Amsterdam. Where's Amsterdam? I'm getting Amsterdam. They're pushing something in Amsterdam. Amsterdam. Could be that control, tracking, tracing in Amsterdam. Where's Gloucestershire? Gloucestershire? Where's Gloucestershire? That sounds like it's in Scotland or England, edge of England maybe, Gloucestershire. There could be some control happening around that area as well, that region. Is it Gloucestershire? Something like that. It sounds Scottish. It must be near Scotland. Gloucestershire or somewhere like that. I hope there's a place that exists like. Anyway, there's some changes happening there. Maybe it's the accent. I can't work out what the name of it is. You know what that Scottish accent's like, can be very strong. If you've ever watched Outlander, Jamie's accent is very strong. All right, let's keep going. I'm getting now for us, this says, if you're watching my channel, it's time for us to hibernate now. It's our turn to hibernate. But we're hibernating to protect ourselves. It's like a tree that loses its leaves, or it's like the bear that curls up for winter in its big cave. Where do bears go? I'm guessing they go to a cave. They're so big. Everything just vanishes. Snakes vanish here over winter, for example. It's this hibernation time where we have to like shut ourselves down, but in a good way, to protect ourselves. So I'm getting it's time for us to hibernate. It's not that we're hiding away. We're just protecting our mind, body, and spirit from harm. For example, the harsh cold weather, but we're protecting ourselves from the harsh, angry people who are waking up and seeing the BS nonsense and garbage and lies, who are ready to just road rage, vent, be in beast mode, etc. So now it's time for us to hibernate. It's very important that we look after ourselves and stay tucked away. But they're showing me like tucked away in a comfortable space. So if you think of a bear curling up in a cave, it's comfortable, it's cozy, it's just sleeping. It's in a safe place. That's what we've got to do. That's what we've got to do to protect ourselves. All right. And I'm getting that one day all truths are going to come out. One day all truths are going to come out. Oh, which day? I hope it's tomorrow. But they're saying that all truths are going to come out eventually. Over time, more and more truths coming out. We all know it's happening. Oh, there was a video popped up on my feed this morning about the censorship on all the platforms. I think this was in America, actually, around the Biden voting. Yes, it was. And how the Bidens, they're not corrupt at all, Hunter and Mr. Biden. Joe Biden, how they controlled the narrative on all the feeds, and everything went their way when it came to the voting, of course. Gee, that's a surprise. None of us BS detectors knew that, did we? Oh my God. Well, that's what I'm getting. All this is going to come out eventually, that all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, all the above, oh yes, they controlled all the algorithms. If you said anything about CV virus, shot down in flames. If you talked about, I won't say it, IV, Mecaton, or anything like that, you would get fact checked. I got so many fact checks during that CV virus, it became embarrassing because everyone thought I was mad. They thought I was completely mad, my friends and family, and everything I posted has pretty much come to fruition. Oh yes. And at the time, they like attacked you every 5 minutes, and you'd get this thing, oh, this is misinformation, this will have to be taken down, and they'd made sure all your friends and family saw it. Makes me so mad, that, and yet it was all true. God, unreal. So really, we just have to sit back now and let it all unfold, because it's all coming out. All the truths are coming out. There's even going to be more and more truths coming out. The thing is, they can't keep hiding this forever. We know that it feels like they can. They've done it for a couple of years now, but they can't keep hiding it forever. They just can't, because it's all coming out. People are doing their research. They're doing their crime investigation. Things are popping to the surface, bubbles of truth. We just wish it would happen quicker, don't we? But the thing is, we don't even have to say anything or do anything, guys, because it'll all be proven in the long term. There's even, there's something on TV or something tonight too about strokes, and how all of a sudden everything's about strokes and heart attacks, isn't it? You'd be finding it too, guys, where you're living. Suddenly, every second person's having heart attack and strokes, and no one's piecing that together except us BS detectors. OMG. I know all you guys share all your stories about, you hear of someone every day, all of us. And now they're saying there's these tablets or something that can help you with strokes. I'm thinking, well, all of a sudden, you've got to help people with strokes, like it's a big deal now, which once upon a time it never was. You just hear of the odd person. Don't worry, people are going to piece it together. Just give it time, guys. Just go into hibernation at the moment and read your book, Finding Stillness, by my girlfriend, Liana Riven. And go and find some stillness in your cave. Go to the cave, a safe place. Remember I gave you that song the other day by Hunters and Collectors, When the River Runs Dry? I hope you guys checked it out, the Aussie band. They're actually playing at the big AFL Grand Final. They just said it this morning on the news. Isn't that a coincidence? Synchronistic. I wonder if they'll sing that song. But they're singing their song Holy Grail at that AFL game, which is also a very good song too. So go check out Hunters and Collectors, guys. They're very good, especially that song When the River Runs Dry. I think you'll find the film clip very interesting. All right, let's keep going. God, for some reason they're showing me curtains being drawn. Hang on. Oh, when I see curtains being drawn, that creates more darkness. I feel like there's more darkness coming. As much as there's a lot of light, they're showing me curtains drawing, which creates darkness. Oh, there's more darkness. And when I think of darkness, I think of grey clouds. I think of rain. I think of smoke. Oh, they've been talking about the smoke haze over Sydney this week, actually, speaking of, and how it's so scary because it means people can't breathe and it'll cause asthma attack. Fear, fear, fear. But you know what's causing it? Them burning off. They're doing the burn-offs, and now they're putting fear in people just from a burn-off. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's all fear. Everything is fear. But that's the darkness curtain. See, everything is fear because they don't want anyone to see the light. Because if the light comes beaming through the clouds or the smoke or anything, people see the truth. And they don't want people to see the truth. So they're constantly got to come at people with this darkness. Keep drawing the curtains. Keep making everything dark. So these elite forces, power, whoever they are, it's all right. It's all right. They're still bringing lots of darkness. There's lots of darkness to come. Dark days ahead. Not for us. We're in the dark. In the cave, safe. Hibernating. All right, protecting ourselves from it all. Okay. And I'm getting that understandably people are really confused now. They're really confused with what's going on. They're not understanding why the cost of living is continuing to rise. They're not understanding why they're being bombarded with all the renewables. They're very confused as to what's actually going on now. Why is everything changing? Why is every aspect of their life changing? And it does feel like a circus, even to the people waking up now. Not just to us, because we know it's a giant clown show circus event. But they're starting to feel like this is a bit of a circus. Like, why is every aspect of our lives changing so much, so abruptly? They're even starting to question it. It doesn't feel, it's the senses. Something doesn't feel right. It's not feeling right. Their intuition, their gut is telling them. We know it is. I just wish they'd openly admit it and talk about it. But, well, they're not really in denial anymore because they've come out of their bubble denial suits. But they're still hesitant that it could be true. So there's still hesitation that all this nonsense and garbage they're being fed could be true. And there's always that little bit in the people waking up, not in us, doubt that maybe climate change is real. Like these fires and these floods, like, could it be real? See, they're still in, they're not denying that there's climate change, for example, but they're still unsure what's causing it. See, they're not like us. Like, we know it's BS, garbage and lies, and we go, climate schmimate. If you're going to muck around with your climate and change everything and create, you know, extra rain and fiddle around with all your whatever they call it, geothermics or whatever what it is. I'm not very scientific, guys, but it's going to affect the climate. It's going to affect the weather patterns. It's going to affect everything. I even said how it affects the animal kingdoms and everything the other day. It does. Look here. We have had the warmest summer. Winter rather. I'm not joking. So warm, it was ridiculous. And the whole 22 years I've lived here in the mountains, never had a winter like it. And now all the trees are budded. My magnolia tree budded the other day, and all my rhododendrons, all my flowers and that are budding, burnt by the frost. They've come out too early. The trees are muddled up. Everything's getting muddled up. All the cycles are being muddled up. And it's becoming obvious, but not just to us, to everybody else. So that's why they're in two minds. Like, oh, is there climate change? Is there? It doesn't, I don't know. They don't know. They're not like us. They're still trying to figure it all out. You know, research, Google, all that, trying to figure it out. But when they do figure it out, it makes them mad as hell. It's only if they work in the industries that they realise they're being fed lies. It's so frustrating, isn't it, guys? We wish we could just sit them all down and give them a good lesson. We could become the BS teachers and teach them about all the BS they're being fed. And then we could teach them the truth of what's actually really going on. I wish we could do that, sit them all down in a classroom and become their teachers. Oh. Anyway, all right. Let's see if there's something else to close with today. Guides are just saying we have to keep looking back at all our fond memories. We have to just keep focused on our fond memories. All our good memories. Don't dwell on anything that was negative or parts of your life that were icky. Try to just hang on to the good memories and then create new ones. Keep moving forward and creating new memories. That's what the guides are saying. Don't hang on to the old memories. They're too painful. Let them go. Cut the ties. Imagine yourself cutting the ties. You can actually do that on paper too. You can draw circles, put yourself in one, maybe put an incident or put someone else in the other. And you can just cut the ties up the center, throw them in the bin, do whatever you want to do with them. Burn them in a fireplace. Cut ties with old negative memories. It's important. And that's what the guides are saying. Don't waste any more time on these. Don't waste any more time. Life's here to be lived. We've got to keep living and growing and learning. And that's what the guides keep saying. Just try not to fall apart. Try to keep, it's like I keep saying about our ailments and that, guys. We've got to get help to heal ourselves. Like I got those 2 neck rubs from my hubby. My neck is so much better. I've had a really good week this week with my neck. So reach out, get help, pay someone for a massage. Go and get the help that you need. Do whatever it takes to get yourself back aligned again. Because anything where your bones or you've got aches and pains can often be misalignment, where we're out of alignment, like that Esther Hicks and Bashar talk about being out of alignment a lot. So get yourself back. Think of that straight meridian line, is it? Just get everything straight back into place. It's balance again. We got that yesterday, didn't we? All right, let me see if there's something else to close with today. I'm getting, this is our journey to our center. So it's almost like journey to the center of the earth, but this is the journey to the center of our core being. We're journeying to our center again. We're really finding who we are inside. Who are we inside? That's what this is about. This is just our vessel that we walk around in, our shell. We're having to find who we are and figure out who we are inside. They're showing me an image of us beating a punching bag, you know, boom, 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 or one of those big ones where you just go, poof, poof. It's us beating ourselves up. The guides are saying don't beat yourself up anymore. Stop beating yourself up. Really watch your self-talk. Watch what you're, Spocky. Watch what language you're using. Be kind to yourself. No more putting yourself down. You know, we've gone through hard times, but we've got to keep being kind to ourselves and not beating ourselves up anymore. It wasn't our fault. What happened to all of us was not our fault. So we can't beat ourselves up anymore. And this is anything in your past, not just the last few years. This is going way back, even as a child. If you've done stupid things, don't beat yourself up anymore. Let all that go. They're telling us to cut the bag down. We've got to cut the bag down as well. It's just subliminal. Drop the bag and stop beating yourself up is what I'm getting. And it's easy to do that. Sometimes you get stuck in things and think, oh, it's so stupid, or I made that mistake. But we all make mistakes and we learn. It's through failure that you grow and you learn. And that's how you start to succeed. Anyone who's failed ends up often being a great success. That's how it works. People who fail, they get back up and they keep going. Well, that's a message I'm getting for us. Stop beating yourself up. All right? Hang on a minute. Well, they're giving me that song, Lady in Red. And I think I'm getting Lady in Red because of the heart energy, that red heart. They're showing me the red dress, the red heart. Lady in Red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. Nobody in there. I'm getting Lady in Red for some reason. Maybe that means something for you guys. I'll see if there's anything else. I'm getting that Nickelback song, Far Away. Far away, far. I love that song. It's a beautiful song. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Far away. We've got to stay far away, guys, from the people waking up. Stay in hibernation. So I'm getting that song. Pretty sure it's Nickelback. Far Away. Oh, beautiful song. I love it. All right. Oh, the dogs are tired today, aren't they? They're making me tired. Hang on a sec. No, give me that David Bowie song. This is ground control to Major Tom. I'm stepping through the door, and I don't like how to bury it in the dark. Ground control to Major Tom. They're searching. Is there something wrong? Hear me, Major Tom. I'm getting that song. Let me see if there's one more for us today. Hang on. I'm getting James Bond song by Duran Duran. I love this song. We've had it before, I think. View to a Kill. Dun 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 dun. Meeting you with a view to a kill. I don't know why we're getting it, but I'm just gonna leave you with that song today. I love that song. Oh, I love it. I think that's the one with Grace Jones, isn't it? I love it. It's so cool. I don't know why we're getting that, but we're just getting that. We just got to be in that high vantage point as always and with a great view. All right, I'm going to say, but always protecting yourself as well, guys. I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Weird reading today, but sometimes you get that. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit those like buttons, guys, and please comment down below. I will talk to you very soon. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.